about to break your limit. Welcome to Break the Limit. I'm your host, Paul Chris Lamb. In this episode, we will discuss hate or hatred. Now, it's a broad and sensitive topic. We will just cover a few things. We start with a quote from the miniseries, John Adams. In one of the scenes, Paul Giamatti, who played Adams, was expressing his frustration to his wife, Abigail, played by Laura Linney, on how people misunderstood some of his words and intention and good intentions. He said, I quote, "My thoughts are clear to me. Each one take perfect shape within my mind. But when I speak, when I offer them to others, they seem to lose all definition." Now, for some of you who don't know who John Adams was, John Adams, not to be confused with his son, John Quincy Adams, was an American statesman, an attorney, a diplomat, a writer, and a founding father who served as the second president of the United States from 1797 to 1801. John Adams was a very accomplished lawyer even before he became the president. He was a political activist prior to the revolution. He was devoted to the right of counsel and presumption of innocence. He even defied the anti-British sentiment of his time and successfully defended British soldiers against murder charges arising from the Boston massacre. With all his accomplishment, even many I did not mention here, he was still one of the most misunderstood and hated presidents in American history. Now, he was not a perfect man. He had many flaws. In fact, many of his flaws arise from his short-temperedness. He was a man of short-tempered, and many times he's very impatient. You may be asking yourself, Paul, but despite all his accomplishments you have stated, this man obviously had some issues. The question I will ask you then, don't we all have issues? Scripture says in James chapter 3 verse 2, we all stumble in many ways. Anyone who is never at fault in what they say is perfect and able to keep his whole body in check. Sometimes hate or hatred is as a result of misunderstanding a person's personality or point of views. What is hate, and what are some of the sources of hate? Hate is a human emotion. It's defined as the intense or passionate dislike for someone or something, etc. Sigmund Freud defined hate as the ego state that wishes to destroy the source of his unhappiness. With hate on the rise, one could just wonder why. Let's discuss some of the sources of hate. Number one, fear. We fear things we don't understand. We fear people or things that are different from us. We were created by God, by the same God. We breathe the same oxygen, just like the next man. Despite our unique culture or upbringing, we have the same color of blood. We belong to the same family, the human family. We are born into the world. We grow up. We love. We get old, and we die. I believe the only big difference between us is the skin tone. We all feel pain. Sometimes we face things. When we face things that makes us afraid of another person, open dialogue can be a solution. When you have an open dialogue, we just suddenly realize the person we imagine to be a monster, they're not a monster at all. Number two, ignorant. Sometimes people hate people because they are ignorant of the person they are hating at. Sometimes lack of information or right knowledge about an individual or thing can be a determining factor for hate. For instance, a person receives a piece of information that his neighbor hates him. It did not ascertain whether the information is true or not. He took it at face value and started hating on that individual based on unverified information. Start saying things like, I don't like him because he hates me. Perhaps the person did not even say that. It was just lack of communication. Sometimes only if we can take time to find out for ourselves certain information. Number three, nurture. Some are bred to hate certain group or groups of people because they are unique from them. One of the disservice people can do to this world is to tell lies about people or group to an innocent mind, to condition that mind to believe that the lie that was told to them is the truth, and use that lie that was taught to them to hate on a people or group. It's very disturbing. It can have a serious effect on the human psyche. Michael once said, and I paraphrase, hate begat hate. We must meet the forces of hate with the power of love. End of quote. Hatred is unhealthy for both the hater and the one the hate is directed at. This is how we can overcome hate. Songs of Solomon 8 verse 6. Place me like a seal over your heart, like a seal on your arm, for love is as strong as death. Romans chapter 12 verse 21. Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. God is love. No matter the reason or reasons for hating another, your reason is not good enough. It's unhealthy for you and the person you're directing the hatred at. In conclusion, it is okay to have difference, but it's never okay to hate someone for being different. God bless you.